Good morning. Good morning. It's 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. Welcome to our Fast Start training. I am so happy to be here with you. I'm RJ Whitehurst, and I am your marketing director for our Salisbury area team. And we are covering all of, I guess, a 2-hour ride in every direction of Charlotte, right? So we're hitting Kernersville and High Point and Greensboro, Raleigh-Durham. We're hitting parts of South Carolina. We are also in Jersey and Phoenix, and right now Chattanooga, Tennessee. We've got a lot of things happening, and I'm so happy that you're here today. So why are you here today? You are here along with your newest associates and your most seasoned associates, because the training is the core of how we get things done. It's what to do, when to do, it's what to say, how to say, it's your why. It's all of the things that become the nuts and the bolts of what it is that we do. WFG has, in a very beautiful way, put together our 6-step system manual. If you follow the 6 steps, and I'm telling you, they are proven. So there's no need for trying to reinvent the wheel or thinking you can do it your way, because it's not going to work. I'm going to tell you right now, if you try to do it your own way, you're just going to get lost in the weeds, because there's a whole lot of stuff going on in our industry, in the insurance and banking industry, and people are doing all kinds of things, all kinds of ways. However, no one is having the success that World Financial Group is having. And that's because we, as the WFG marketing arm of Transamerica, have a proven system, a proven 6-step system. So I'm going to take you through some of that. We also have the gears of the mechanism by which it works is called our 3-3-30. It is our internal process of how it is we generate all of the contacts that we need without any cold calling. So if you think you have to do cold calling, that's not what this is about. It also will put you in front of the people of your new associate, your newest associates, who are going to get them the most mileage, if you will, or the most results based on how my phone is ringing. So it's Gerald. Congratulations, Gerald, for getting your your license this morning. So you must be downstairs. Rashidi's coming to let you in. So by the way, we are broadcasting live from the East Square Artworks at 120 Inner Street here in Salisbury on Saturday morning. What we're looking to do is make this a spot where on Saturday we can do training and a brunch and some strategy sessions from 11 to maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, depending on the amount of participation that you want to give to the process. The training, as I said, is the keystone. So I was talking about the 3-3-30 and how that is really the gear and the mechanism that drives the production. It drives everything that we do. So the 6 steps, the 3-3-30, and we're going to talk about those things that you can do. Wow, hey Gerald, we're going to talk about those things that you can do before you get licensed, right? So I just want to shout out Gerald Hollis in the house. He just got his license today. Yay! I think I'm crazy, right? It's all right. So we like to have fun, right? We got to have fun with this. So let me just share with you. All right. So this is your system manual. If you do not have a system manual, you do not have the core part of how we do this, the proven system. And in the system manual, that looks like a blank page, are the 6 steps. And what are the 6 steps, right? So the 6 steps, we want to make sure that we know, that we memorize, and that we do these every day. So what are your 6 steps? Prospecting, step 1, prospecting. So what is prospecting? Prospecting is getting names and numbers, right? Going out. Now, one of the things that we always encourage you to do is prospect as you go. Don't go prospecting, okay? Prospect as you go. So you might have an intent all day long and everybody you meet is a prospect, and that is correct. That is correct. But what I don't want new people to do is feel like you got to jump out there and I'm just prospecting, right? It's like you're a hunter. And we're not hunters, we're farmers. What we really want to do is establish relationships. We just want to make friends with people. We want to increase our circle of influence. We want to make friends. So prospecting is meeting new people. Number 2, approach and contact. Approach and contact. Well, what is that? Approach and contact is where the money is really made. Approach and contact is setting the appointment. You got the name and the number, right? Now you got the name and the number and you establish some kind of a friendship, right? So you don't want to pounce on people about, hey, I'm doing this WFG thing, and which is not the right thing to say, right? So you want to form people. Always find out more about them, okay? Because that's how the prospecting process begins. Form. Find out about their family, their occupation, their recreation. What do they like to do for fun? And their mission. What drives them? What's the next big project they have coming up that you might be able to help them with? Make a referral. I'm not saying go to work for them. I'm just saying you might be able to make a referral. There may be somebody in your database or somebody that's on our team that can help them get to where they go before you even say anything about your business. Okay, so form people. Get in the habit of forming everyone that you meet. Talk about their family. Their family. How many children do you have? Are you married? How long you been married? Wow. What? Where your kids go to school? All those kinds of questions that parents are wanting to talk about their children. So you want to find out as much as possible, and then you may dig down deep enough where you realize that you've got some other connections, right? Because there are only 6 degrees of separation between all of us. So you may find another connection in there if you drill down deep enough, talking about family. You might even find out you're related, okay? So family, occupation, where do they work? Who do they work for? Do they like their job? How long have they been there? The reason why you want to ask them, how do you like doing that? And if they say, oh, it's my dream job, I just love what I do, you need to know that. Or if they say, oh, it sucks, I hate getting up going to work every day, you need to know that, okay? And find out what your, excuse me, somebody has just logged in as me. I need you to log out, whoever that is. You are logged in from another device. Okay, thank you. Okay, it's asking me to leave this meeting. We don't want to do that. Okay. So for those of you who are on my inner circle team, you cannot log in as me. Okay. So getting back to what I was saying is that finding out about whether they're satisfied or dissatisfied with what they're doing now. Do they want to earn extra income? Even though they may love their occupation now, their job now, whatever they may be in business for themselves. And most business owners are really self-employed. They're not really owning a business. If they're not there, like barbers and stylists and doctors and lawyers even, if they're not present, they're not making any money. A true business makes money whether you are present or not. You do not have to be there in order for your business to generate money when it's a true business. So find out what's really going on with them when you ask about occupation, all right? And then mission. And as I said, you want to find out what's driving them right now. What are they excited about? What do they care about? Those kinds of things. And just all you want to do is establish a friendship. Get their name and number. Get their name and number. Find some mutual ground where you can make another connection. It's okay if I give you a call, right? So I don't even give out my business card on the first meeting. I'm more into finding out about who they are. And rather than give a business card, I just ask, can I get their name and number? And I give them my phone. I open my contacts and give them my phone. And when they give it back to me in the area where you can put in who they are in capital letters, I write prospect and the date I met them. Okay, so that's one way you can go prospecting. You can be prospecting. So that's approaching contact. Now, why did I say all the money is in the approaching contact? Because that's where you are going to meet your new business partners. That's step number 2. Step number 3, presentation. You want to invite them now to a BPM. So after you have developed a relationship with them, you want to invite them to your next open house. And I don't let people know that we do the BPM every Wednesday night or every Tuesday night or every whatever night it is. I don't let people know that because they feel like they can put it off. I say, let me check and see when our next open house is. And I'll let you know. And I'd love to have you come as my guest. Okay? And that way it doesn't have the feel like you're inviting them to a hotel event, right? Because some people are maxed out with that. All right? So it's an open house. In Salisbury, we have our community working center, right? We're at 10th Thread. It's a community networking center. And that's a great phrase to use because I have found that people in this area, they love networking. So you can invite them to our community networking center for an open house on Wednesday. So just different ways that you can frame what it is you want to say, all right? So you want to get them out to a presentation. Step number 4 is the follow-up. Now the follow-up actually starts in the presentation with the feedback form. That begins the follow-up. Because one of the things that, and I did this the other night, and it's a no-no. I really should not have done it. Had a question from the floor as to, well, how do we get started? How do you get started? And I went through the whole process, the $100 and you blah, blah, blah. But that makes it sound like we are join thing. And we are not that. We are not a multi-level marketing company. Everybody cannot get involved. There are licensing requirements. And everybody who's licensed has gone through the licensing process, you already know that everybody doesn't get through. So there are, not only is the licensing process, you got to get through compliance, all right? So this is not a join thing. And it follows the regular standardized format of financial agencies. We are a financial firm. We're a full service financial firm. We're in the money business and people need to know that. So for me to say, well, it's just $100 to join, that was something I should not have done. It starts with the feedback and this is how it goes. Well, how do we get started? Well, what we'd like you to do is fill out a feedback form and we can judge your level of interest and set a date when you can come in for an interview so we can see if you are fit for us or we're fit for you. And this is something that you really may want to do as a career. We're looking for serious, ambitious people who are looking to forward their life in a positive way through the financial industry. We get to be really distinct and clear about who we are, what we do, and who we're looking for. And it does 2 things. Number 1, it sets us apart as we are not one of those join things, a multi-level marketing company, okay? And I don't have a problem with MLMs. I've done well in MLMs. There's just a distinction here, and we get to be clear about that. Some people don't like MLMs, okay? So we want to make sure that we're setting ourselves up with the industry that we actually represent, all right? So being clear and truthful about that, all right? So the second thing is we want to make sure that they understand that it's an interview process. They need to come dressed appropriately, okay, business attire, right? Not business casual, business attire. And also, we asked them to bring a resume. This is serious. We asked them to bring a resume so we can see who they are, what their skill set is, what their background is. And from that feedback sheet, we're also looking for referrals. At the bottom of the feedback sheet, there space for 5 referrals, right? So we're also seeing how much did they really get out of the presentation, and are they really willing to share? Are they really willing to share? And that becomes their first 5 people that we contact, okay, after we have the interview. So that is the presentation and the follow-up, right? The follow-up actually starts at the presentation. And from that, we book the date for the interview, and we put it on their calendar and our calendar, and we make sure that we follow up with them through our campaign manager with a reminder that they're coming in, right? So your campaign manager, excuse me, is your branded email that we get through WFG. If you haven't set yours up yet, go through your website and look for campaign manager and go ahead and get that set up, and you will be happily surprised to see yet another one of the, excuse me, I'm just getting my voice back again. Let me take a drink. Pardon me. So you'll be very happy to discover the customer relations management program that WFG has provided for us. Next step is the startup. So they come in for the interview, and we do have interview questions, by the way. We don't wing it. They come in for the interview, and the next part is the fast start. The fast start. So this is a fast start training. We take them through the fast start. Well, what is that? Do I have one here? Your fast start. I don't have one with me. So your fast start is where you make the list of 100 and the list of 25. It's the time when you set the dreams and goals, right? It's where you track them through their 3-3-30, and I'll talk about that in a moment, where you track them through the number of calls that they made, and you get them out field training. So let me say this. Field training starts before you get licensed, and here's why. You're field training. You're going out, and we've identified 3 to 5 people on your top 25 list. And from those top 25, thank you, right? Fast start. So from those top 25, we've identified 3 to 5 people, right? So now we set up the appointments and we go see them. We do a one-on-one. And how do we get in the house, right? So you don't call them up and say, I just started in the insurance business. You know, I want to come over or something like that. There's a script. And I'm one who believes that scripts are for actors, but it gives you a great framework of how to say the thing, okay? How to position yourself. So with those top 3 to 5, the way that we call them and what we do is I sit with you, or your trainer sits with you. You call on your phone because they're not going to recognize my number, right? So we call on your phone. You are going to say to them, hey, I'm really excited, and you talk to them the way that you normally would. If your normal conversation is like, what's up, dog? Then say that, okay? Or if it's like, hey, what's going on? Or hey, lady, whatever it is, right? So don't try to be something else. Just be yourself. and call them up on the phone. And you say, once you get past that and how you doing, how's your family, you let them know, hey, I'm really excited. I just started with a new Fortune 500 firm. I'm sitting here with my manager. We were talking about people who I know, like, and trust, and you don't have to remember how to say that, but something to that degree, talking about people who are like in my inner circle, and your name came up, and I really want you to meet her. Her name is Robin, and you pass me the phone. Don't wait for them to say, well, what's this about, and all that kind of stuff. Just pass me the phone. So what happens is I get the phone, right? You pass me the phone, I get the phone, and they're going on and on about, yo, what's going on? Who is this? And I go, hey, how you doing? This is RJ, and I'm sitting here with your friend Gerald, and I'm telling you, we were talking about who were the most beloved people, and the one that had the most fun, the one who's most ambitious and gets things done, and your name came right out of his mouth. I'm really happy to meet you. How are you today? Okay, so I just cut all through what could have been an objection for you, but I just got through that, all right? So there's a method to how we do this. So once that is occurring, I said, well, the reason for our call today is that Gerald, as Gerald said, he just got started with us, and we're in this training process. And in order for Gerald to get to his training process and even his next promotion, we need to get out in the field and do some field training with him so he has an idea and a feel for how his new career really works and how we talk to people. So we're asking if you wouldn't mind helping Gerald with that. If there's a time when you could take out 45 minutes to an hour, we could come by and I could show Gerald how it is that we actually do a presentation. Now, there's nothing for you to buy. It really is just a training opportunity for Gerald, and it will help him get to his promotion and get his training under his belt. My voice. Would you be willing to do that? Now, if this is a friend of yours or a family member, are they going to say no? In my experience, in the 2.5 years I've been in this business, I have yet to have anybody say no. All right. So we book the appointment. Go, oh, great. That's wonderful. We booked the appointment, and we've got a field training on the books. Right. So am I going to follow up with them to make sure? Yes. Absolutely. Excuse me. So yes, I'm going to follow up with them. Need a cough drop? So as you can see, I do this constantly, all the time, under almost every circumstance, because I'm here to help us win. And I'm not going to let a little cough or a teary eye stop us. So that's how we get your fast start and your field training in. And we fill out this booklet, which is your fast start. Now, we want to get this done in the first 10 days that you come on board. So I know, there's some of you who've been here a month and you haven't done yours yet. Some of you are spread out, maybe 2 hours away from us, and we haven't had the chance to really get it on yet. Others of you have maybe just kind of dropped out to the side for a minute, thinking that it's going to happen magically. This is the magic. This is the magic, okay? Fast start. Number 6, duplication. Start over, rinse and repeat. So, I want to talk about the 3-3-30. Don't worry, when this comes out and we edit it all up, all the coughing will be gone. The magic of editing. So, I want to talk to you about the 3-3-30. This is the 3-3-30 brochure, and it really is quite simple. you came into this business to make a profit, to become profitable as soon as possible. The reason for the 6 steps, the reason for the fast start, the reason for the fast start is to get you profitable as soon as possible. All right. Your 3-3-30 is what makes that happen, because with 3 new associates and 3 accounts in your first 30 days, you can move from being a training associate. Remember, we told your people that we were coming for training, right? You move from training associate to associate. You move from a 30% contract to a 45% contract. And most people do that before they even get their license. They already have their field trainings in place, and we're already writing business in their market, which means we're opening their market. So, so what does that mean? You're not licensed, so who's writing the business? Well, your field trainer is writing the business to give you the 3 accounts. Now, you say, well, I don't want anybody writing business on my people until I get licensed. Okay, I hear you. Well, the fact of the matter is, if you're going to work the system, this is how it works. Because one day you're going to be the field trainer as your team, your agency is growing, and you're going to be training people. And you should be compensated for training people, right? Right. So your first 3 accounts go to your trainer, but they apply to your 3-3-30 to move you from a 30 to 45% contract, which is valuable, believe me, okay? So doing that in the first 30 days moves you to associate and gets your market open. Now, those people that we've written accounts for understand what it is that you do. And they can be the same 3 people that we went to for the training. Even though we told them there was nothing for them to buy, we started with an FNA. We made an offer for them to complete an FNA at the end of the training that they allowed us to come to. If they completed that, that's another part of the training process, right? Because now you and I, your trainer and the trainee, the training associate, can sit down and go over their financial needs analysis. And it gives you a bird's eye view now of how it is we begin to put the strategies together. You get a broader picture of what you're actually there to do. All right, because it's not just about inviting people to presentations. That's part of it. It's not just about giving presentations. That's part of it. The real work is after the presentation and the follow-up and the completed FNA is putting that strategy in place for that family, and that turns into an account. That account turns into a part of your promotion to the next level, and also opens your market, because now that person knows what you're doing, and now we get referrals from them because they're satisfied, and now your market is open, and you have somebody who can say that you helped them to put that in place, because they didn't know you as a financial professional before that. They knew you as whatever it is that you used to do, whether you worked at McDonald's or you worked at the hospital or whatever it is that you were doing, but it wasn't financial services. So now you've actually come in, yes, with your manager, your director, right? And you have put together something in place, and now they can say that at least at one time they have seen you in the environment of financial professional. And they will give you referrals to help other families rise, to help other families do the same thing. Now we have opened your market with 3. We have opened your market with 3 people who know, like, and trust you. Now we can start your process of building your own agency. Makes sense, right? Yeah. All right. That's your 3-3-30. All right. So I said I was going to also talk about, just shifting gears a little bit, I said I was going to also talk about the things you can do without having a license. So let's do that. The first one I want to talk to you about is Debt America. I don't know if you can see that. Debt America and Optima Tax Relief. Debt America and Optima Tax Relief. So what is this about? Well, Debt America helps us help families settle debt, get out of debt. So whether that is credit card debt, credit unions, medical bills, collection accounts, past due bills, financial hardship, we can help people through Debt America. We fill out an application, we send it into Debt America. Debt America gets in touch with them. It's a pure referral process. They start working with Debt America. They come up with a solution. You get commission. Okay, that's Debt America. Optima Tax Relief. You've probably heard of this on the radio, right? They do a lot of radio advertising, I've noticed. So they help people settle their unpaid tax bills, unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank liens, tax liens, state tax issues, things like that. So Optima Tax Relief, the people having issues with the IRS, you can refer them to Optima Tax. Optima Tax will get in touch with them. They work it out with Optima Tax. They have a successful experience. You get a commission check, all right? And all you did was make the referral, purely referral. That's Optima Tax and Debt America. Next is net law. Net law. So what is net law? Net law is estate planning, okay? Net law. And so net law helps with helping to set up your trusts, your wills, your HIPAA statements, your durable power of attorneys. They even do pet trusts. So this is the step 6. When we talk about in our financial needs analysis, when we talk about the building and preserving wealth, we put the building strategies in place and then we get to protecting. Preservation comes with having all of the documentations that will be needed at end of life or illness so that the family knows and is directed what should be done in the case of that individual. If the individual happens to be incapacitated, in a coma, cannot make decisions for themselves, who is the person who has authority by law? Not because Nene told Dede, who told Shanae that this is how it's supposed to happen, or you even have the person hasn't passed yet, but you have a will, but nothing is finalized and nobody knows who's supposed to do what. And if there's not a HIPAA authorization, the doctors don't have to even share the information with you as to what is going on with your loved one. So it is imperative that you have step 6 in place. So net law is a process whereby our clients can put that in place for $500. That's for a husband and a wife, a sister and a brother. So you actually get 2 sets of documents for the $500. You make the commission on the $500. How does it work? You make the referral. They sign up on your portal. They get it. NetLaw gets in touch with them. They get their own website. They upload all their documents, and they're dealing directly with NetLaw. You get your commission. All right. So that's another way to assist families and also help you get paid before you get licensed. Next is Bolt. Bolt is our property and casualty, cars, boats, motorcycles, homes, workers' comp, business liability insurance. All of those things we have the ability to do through Bolt. All right. How does Bolt work? If you go to your, and this is for all of them, go to your MyWFG website and look for your referral partners, and you'll find all of them there except Debt America, and you'll find Bolt, NetLaw there. You'll find Heritage, which I'll talk about next. who else? And Legacy Shield will all be there, okay? They all work the same way. Bolt, you're going to click on where it says Bolt. It'll open up your platform. You email your prospect the link. They fill in the information that they need to have. It goes directly to Bolt. Bolt gets in touch with them. They get about 3 to 4 to 5 quotes. They make a choice as to what their insurance need is, and you get paid the commission. Okay, how easy is that, right? So how many people do you know who have a car or have a house? How many people do you know who own businesses that need business liability insurance, right? So these are ways that you groom yourself as a financial professional. We're not just about selling insurance, right? So never let anybody peg you, and certainly don't do it to yourself as an insurance agent. Okay? Yes, you got a producer's license, right? Your license doesn't say, well, maybe in some states it does. It doesn't say you're an insurance agent. It says you're a producer. Okay? That's what it's called. So why? Because you actually are producing money for people. You're helping them mitigate risk. Okay, next. What's next? Next is I love this, and I haven't done anything with it yet myself. And this is the Heartland Institute. Heartland Institute specializes in what we do, financial literacy, from this perspective of helping families who have young adults who are going off to college. So it helps with college planning consulting, so that from middle school all the way through high school, through the choice of whatever college, they are being able to plan all of their college expenses, where they're going to go, how they deal with the FAFSA, and whatever else it is that they may need with regard to the resources for going to school. Okay? So that's what this is. And this is really powerful because in addition to our producer's license, our life license, our health license, our securities license, you can also become certified as a CFE, which is a certified financial educator, okay, through the Heartland. All right. So this is something, if you know someone who caters to folks that are on college campuses, this is something that you want to introduce to them. If you yourself have a brother or sisters who are in college, or know families who have children who are getting ready to go off to college, this is something that they need, something that they could be interested in. All right. Legacy Shield is the last one, and Legacy Shield is kind of like LegalZoom. I've investigated that one, and it's like LegalZoom. It kind of gives you all of the documents that you need, gives you a vault where you can store everything, and they have really great programs. I left that one on my desk in the other room, but just go to your mywfg.com website under referral partners, and you'll be able to just click right on their logo, and it'll take you to their sites and give you full explanation of who they are, what they do, and how you can use them to increase your income. All right. So if you have questions, concerns, suggestions, comments, anything like that, things going on with your business, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Please don't hesitate to reach out to the person who introduced you to World Financial Group, so that we can help you get through any and all of the questions, the doubts, the fears even, because fear will shut your mind down and make you think that it's something that it's not, or that you can't do this. You can do this, right? You can do this. And most importantly, we're here to help families rise financially. Our mission is no family left behind. And if you can wrap your heart and mind around that, you're absolutely in the right place. And what's really beautiful about it is it's helping families rise your family first. Your family first. So your financial needs analysis in place, your business plan in place, okay? Your strategy session in place so that you have the roadmap to move forward on. You need to have your WFG system manual. You can go to the WFG store and order it. I recommend that you wait for us as a team to order them and just download it from the store onto your computer. And then for your hard copy, let us put in a big order, because they charge $20 for shipping whether you order one or you order 100. The shipping is still $20. So let's order a lot of them and the other materials that we need. So you have to have tools. You want to have your fast start. You want to have your compensation guideline. And so what I'm going to do for the last few minutes of our training is talk to you about the compensation. I'm going to take a little bit more tea and help my voice, and then I'm going to talk to you about the compensation. So what you see, what I'm doing here is I'm going to show you this. So I have a binder, right? And it has all my materials in it. And so I encourage you to do the same. I encourage you to do the same, because you're going to want to be organized. Yes, you're going to want to be organized. Where is it? Talking about being organized. You want to have everything, here we go. You want to have everything all in one place where you can find it quickly. And the sooner you get organized in your business, believe me, the better you're going to be in the long run, because there are a lot of moving parts to what we do. And the more organized you are, the better off you're going to be in the long run. So start early. So let's talk about how we get paid, what the commission system looks like. So even though there is this brochure that talks about our commission and advancement, I kind of have a simpler way to do it. This one is it's good, it's great, okay. It talks about the things that we need to do, the platform, the highest earners for the different positions, promotion levels, the 4 different ways that we are able to earn income, and then it also gives you the guideline and the compensation guidelines and the advancement guidelines, which you want to have, okay? And then it's going to tell you about how you can make it happen in a big way for yourself. So in a nutshell, this is how it works. So when you come into World Financial Group, you begin as a training associate, a TA, training associate. You start off at 30%. Your 30% contract with the company. That means that when you are licensed as a TA on any business that's written, you will make 30%. So if that business is $1,000, target premium, that means target premium means you wrote a piece of business, a policy, that for the year, that family's paying $1,000 into the premium. That's the target premium, $1,000. At 30%, you make $300 on that one account, all right? So it will probably take you about 2 hours, maybe, to close that account, right? So when you think about, you make $300 on a $1,000 piece of business at 30%, That's not too bad. That's almost $300 an hour. Even if you divide it in half, it's $150 an hour. Okay, so keeping it in perspective. Now, how do you go from TA to associate, which is the next advancement? That's where your 3330 comes in. I already explained your 3330. Once that is completed, you now are at a 45% contract. Now you make $450 on that same 1,000. At 45%, you make $450. Okay, that just boosted you. If it took you 2 hours to write that, that just boosted you to $225 an hour. Think about it. Okay. Now, at 45%, how do you get to the next guideline, which is, or the next promotion? The next promotion is senior associate. We call it an SA. Senior associate is 55%. Yep, you guessed it. Now you make $550 on that same piece of business. Okay. Senior associate, how do you get to senior associate? Senior associate is 3 licensed, right? So remember the 3330, right? If you're doing 3330 every month, you're going to come up with 3 licensed business partners, and together the 4 of you do $18,000 in business in a 90-day period. All right, like not hard at all. So that will move you from 45 to 55% as a senior associate. Next, from senior associate to marketing director is the next promotion. At marketing director, you're at 62%. Now you make $620 on that same $1,000 account, right? Yeah, nice. So marketing director is your first line of management. Okay, it's your first line of management, marketing director. What does it take to become a marketing director? Marketing director means you have to have 5 licensed associates, and the 6 of you, and there's probably more because you have those who are TAs who are not licensed, but now your team does 40,000 in volume over a 90-day period. Okay, 40,000 in volume and 5 licensed associates get you to marketing director. All right. From marketing director to senior marketing director, which is an 80% contract, you now make $800 on that same $1,000 target premium. Wow. That just moved you to $400 an hour if it took you 2 hours to write that account. At senior marketing director, this is the first level where you're actually vested with the company. Vested with the company. Now I want to backtrack a little bit. I gave you the scale, right? 30, 45, 55, 62, 80. Now here's what is very powerful about that. If you're at, let's say you're at senior associate, and you have TAs and you have associates in your organization. Okay, so let's do 3, right? You have TAs, you have associates, and you're a senior associate. You make the spread between. So if this TA is licensed and writes the $1,000, you make, not only does that $1,000 roll up to you as part of your overall base shop, right, which means agency volume, you also make the spread, you make the difference. So the difference between the TA at 30% and you, the SA, the senior associate, at 55% is 25%, right? Did I do that math right? Right? 30%, 55%. You make the spread on that. So the company is not only going to pay you your 55%, they're also going to pay you the spread between you and that person. They're also going to pay you the spread if you win your associates write business. So you're going to be getting the difference between the 45% and the 55%, which is another 10%. So you got additional 25% here. You got an additional 10% here. That's an additional 35%, and you're at 55%. Well, gee whiz, how much money are you making now? That's where people don't really understand how powerful it is to just max out where you are. Start getting those spreads, right? So don't rush to promotion so fast. Start realizing that money, because you leave money on the table if you go to promotions too fast. Trust and believe, okay? You will leave money on the table. So pace yourself and let the organization grow so that the promotion happens with ease. And in the meantime, you're making the spread, right? So at 62%, everybody who's TA, associate, and it's going senior associate, Kelly Razak and Asim Razak, going senior associate, right? And now I'm marketing director. I make the spread between all that on top of my 62%. Come on, let's go to work. There's no other company, there's no other financial services company doing that. No other, okay? So you are absolutely in the right place. This is amazing, amazing. I heard the president of World Financial Group, Joe DePaula, say, the reason we set up the compensation plan the way that we did so you could experience the power of the spread. He said that at convention in Vegas like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now. I heard it. And that's when I came back and I looked and I said, oh, I get it. I get it. So you won't see that. If you just look at the compensation, you don't quite grasp what it's really saying to you. So I just wanted to break it down, right? So I think that's enough of understanding the compensation plan for you right now. There's more when you get to senior marketing director. Now you also get 6 levels deep. Not only do you get your 80% plus your spreads, they also pay you 6 levels deep at different percentage levels. The company actually can pay out to each and every one of us 156%. Right? So when you talk to somebody who's from Prudential or Transamerica, that are captive agents, or you talk to somebody from any other agency, any other company, and they want to tell you they're doing 90%, right? You can let them know that your opportunity gives you the ability to do 156%. And they're not getting any spreads, nor are they getting overrides 6 levels deep. They're not. All right. WFG is the only financial firm that offers this type of compensation. So, we're blessed to be here, to recognize that we're in the right place. So let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So when you look at, in closing, when you look at the compensation model, and if you were to look at salaries, if you were to look at salaries, I have a chart that we actually printed out. If you were to look at salaries, if a person was making $100,000 a year, right, and this is where people are trying to get. Well, let me just back it up to $50,000. $50,000 a year is $24.04 an hour. $100,000 is $48.08 an hour. Okay. Before you got to be doing $200,000 before it's $100 an hour. And I just talked to you about being able to write a policy that's only 1,000 points, right? Target premium, that's your points. It's only 1,000 points. That's a family paying less than $100 a month for the program. And you at a TA can make $300. Can make $300. And let's say it took you 2 hours to do that. You just made $150 an hour. Angel, you have something to say? I don't know whether you would deliberately unmute yourself, Angel, but I'm going to put you back on mute. If you have something to say, chime right in. So at 30%, 2 hours, let's say it was 300 and you made 360. Let's say it was a little bit more than $1,000 a year, because it's never going to, like break out to an even number like that. So let's say that the policy actually paid you $360, right? So at 10%, at 30%, you made $360, right? That means that over the course of a year, just at 30%, doing that consistently, you can make $748,000 a year at $360 an hour. We can do that. So I just wanted to leave you with showing you the money. I wanted to leave you with showing you the money. Let me take some tea. I wanted to close this training with showing you the money, because it's about helping your family rise. And you knowing that WFG is a good, sound business decision for yourself and your family. And we're here to support you in that. So make sure that you have yourself and your newest and seasoned associates on the training calls, because that's where you get this. So with that, I'm done. I think I'm about to lose my voice again, but it's okay. I think Muhammad and I did like 8 BPMs last week, if not more. And then I got caught in the rain. So here we go. And it's okay. It's kind of like a battle scar for being on the field, right? I don't care. We're getting it done. So I appreciate you. I love you. I'm so glad and happy and honored to be in business with you. And so I look forward to the next time we talk. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and unmute yourself and say whatever it is you feel like you want to say. Wow, nothing from you, Brother Muhammad. He's probably doing his research paper. All right. With that said, we still got 2 minutes till 12 o'clock. So if there's anything that you want to say, this is the time. That's all I have for you. We'll be at 10 Thread, 1024 South Fulton Street in Salisbury on Wednesday. And we are looking at, we actually do have meeting space on Monday nights in Charlotte on North Tryon Avenue. So yes, brother.
Okay, how's everybody doing this morning?
We good.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this research thing, but just wanted to take an opportunity and encourage everybody to really start pushing hard on your recruiting, because if you don't recruit, there's no opportunity to earn income. And that's just really the bottom line. You have to recruit, and you have to be in front of people every day, and or have us in front of people every day, so that once we can expose them to the platform, we can emphasize how critical it is that they put strategies in place to protect themselves and their families, and that's how you generate the revenue. So we're going into the fourth quarter of the year, and one of the major concerns that we have, any business have, is distractions. So you got the holiday season coming up, you got Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. And what happens is, especially in our communities, people become sidetracked by those things and looking for the income tax return in January and February versus trying to put things in place that are really basic essentials. So for us, as for professional financial professionals that want to earn money, we have to start moving in front of the curve. So we need to be doing as much recruiting now before the holiday season really impacts us, so that you've got enough activity in the pipeline that, during the winter months, you're still able to start cash flowing, and you're not, so it's going to be difficult to get your BPM set up, your kitchen talks over the holiday season, and maybe you can work it, but traditionally you want to work in front of that, and then have enough stuff going on and enough activity. So, the other thing is you should take a look at your business plan and look at the things, the goals, short-term goals. How much money are you trying to earn a month, and how soon you trying to earn that income? And then what happens, you need to sit with Robert and myself and others and set up a strategy on how many people do you need to be exposing to the platform a week in order for the numbers to prove out. If you're trying to make $6,000 a month, that means you got to do at least four families a month. But that'll get you $4,000. But if you're growing your team, that's where the extra income can come from. So in order to get 4, you probably need to be talking to at least 10 people a week. And that 10 people can be 3-way calls where you're setting up the kitchen talks, or you're inviting people to the BPMs on Wednesday or Monday or Thursday, wherever we are.
That's it. You got to have a plan. You have to have a plan. So that's why we have the trainings and strategy. Brother Muhammad is really key and great on the strategy part in terms of where we're going. Go ahead, Brother Muhammad.
Yeah, so it's a great business, but it won't work unless you work the numbers.
Mm-hmm. And working the numbers is not difficult. You can send out emails. We can do 3-way calls. All you have to do is put folks on the phone with us. So you have to look at what this will cause you to do is grow. And you have to look at the reasons why you're not doing it and move yourself past it. So we can't discount the fact that the personal growth part of this is going to impact you, because it's maybe some things that you've not been doing before. So if you want your life to change, you have to change your life. So you have to change the things that you've been doing. And World Financial Group, through the personal development and what it requires of us to grow this, is really about meeting people. So put myself and Mother Muhammad in front of as many people as possible. Also Kelly and Asim. I'm also calling out Rashidi and Felicia and Gerald to get comfortable. Well, I don't know whether you're comfortable or not, but to do the presentation. Start getting yourself comfortable with doing the presentation, because we can explode this over the holidays. It's another time when you have family reunions and all those kinds of things. I wrote $750,000 over the holidays my first year in the business because I was home with my family. So it doesn't have to be difficult. You just have to be willing to follow the system and have the conversation. But you want to make sure that you have, as Brother Muhammad said, that you have business in the pipeline so that there's a check coming to you while people are partying and eating and doing the holiday thing. Just be focused on your business. It's a holiday, right? It's not a time when you don't just stop working. All right. Anything else, Brother Muhammad?
Yeah. Just the other thing is, in changing your conditions, if you're a homebody, maybe you need to spend 2 hours, 3 hours at Starbucks or Panera Bread or somewhere where there's going to be a lot of traffic, and you go there and work on your, whatever it is that you're doing, but it's going to force you to interact with other people. And so, again, you don't want to go hunting or go prospecting, but you want to prospect while you at those different places. So maybe it's getting out of the house and you're spending 6 hours a week outside the house, or if you're all, but we're talking to people every day, we're not telling them about the business.
That's right.
I mean, so I think Robin had on the thread, do more talking, doing less talking to more people, but talk to them about the WFG opportunity.
That's right. That's right. Say less to more people. Just get the name and number, right? It's prospecting. Just get the name and number. We'll help you with the approach and contact. That's the 3-way call. Also, we have the yellow flyers. For those of you who have the yellow flyers, what we want to do is saturate communities with these yellow flyers. And all they have to do is go on the website and put your number in, and we know they came from you. So if you scary about talking to people, in addition to working through that, put the yellow flyers out, right? Put the yellow flyers out. So what we do is we create these and we put your code number on them and put them in barbershops and beauty salons and places, in doctor's offices, and just leave them around.
Yeah, put them in the church programs on Sunday. Also pass them out,
Right? So this is the way that we've decided to get creative. This is not a WFG thing. This is what we have put in place to help us to get this done. We want to, how they used to do, tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree, right? Hey, we want to see yellow flyers everywhere, everywhere. And people know it, and it becomes the icon of our presence in that area. So let us know, email me, and let us know that you want your yellow flyer, and we'll get them produced and sent to you. All right? And you have to make the copies, but we'll make them. We'll give you the PDF. All right, that's all I have. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate your input, Brother Muhammad, and thank you all for being on the call today. Those of you here live in the room, and also those of you who are online, and those of you who will listen to the rebroadcast. We look forward to working with you and having really, really, really great success with you. Oh, next big event is Wealth Bowl, January 4 through 6. We'll talk about it soon. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.